Today, I'm going to do something that just recently come to a thought in my head. I'm going to be working on this little cart. This is my welding stand. I built this probably maybe 15 years ago, and only because I didn't have a place to do any welding in the shop. I had wood benches everywhere at the time, so this was a great alternative. I made it fully adjustable, which means I spin this, the table will go up as high as I want to that point, and it'll come all the way up to here. I think we're gonna change how that works, because spinning this takes a lot of work to get this to move as far as I want it. So I think that's the first thing I'm gonna tackle. I'm also gonna add the welding gun holster, I'll call it, just a place to put the welding tip. You know, I don't have to lay it down anywhere. And also I think I'm gonna fix the old vise or replace it. We're gonna see what we can do with that. Maybe I'll make some other changes along the way, depend on what I can come up with. But for right now, I think I want to get this problem here solved. And how I'm doing that is with a scissor style car jack. I'm going to mount it on the center pole underneath. I'm going to cut this stupid handle off so that I can put an impact gun on it or a drill or something, and that'll run it up and down faster, and I don't have to work as hard to get this table up and down. When I went to use it for the last welding project, which I was just using to hold the chop saw, it took quite a while to get the table up to where I wanted it, and which was basically waist height. I didn't like that. I'm going to fix it by putting this jack in. That'll help me raise the table up and down, make life a little bit more simpler. Good little table. I mean, I don't want to get rid of it. Like I said, I built it. It's a piece of diamond plate that I had gotten. Just welded legs on, tubing inside these legs, made a frame, really nice rolling wheels, couple places to hang clamps. It's worked great, but I want to make it better. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the jack in its lowest position. And we're looking at about 3 inches. I think I'll add an inch to it. So about 4 inches. From the bottom here down to here, I need 4 inches total. So I'm gonna measure that, I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna raise the table the whole way up and raise the jack the whole way up and measure it out and see where if I need to cut any more, if I need to cut less. I want this to go to its maximum height. We will measure that out, mark it. I'll raise this table up, which is going to take a while. I will then measure again and go from there. I got it raised up to the max position, and I forgot how tall this thing was. I mean, it's pretty tall. It does get very unstable at that height, but if I put the pins in and lower it down to where the pins rest, yeah, I have pins that go in these holes that keep it from dropping down. But anyway, if I put the pins back in, it will stabilize. I think that is from here to here is way taller than what that jack reaches. So I'm gonna raise the jack up as far as I can get it, hold it up there and see, and if so, I gotta come up with a plan. Might not go this high. We'll see. At max height, I've only got about 15 inches on this. So the table did come down, I lost about 7 inches out of it, but I think I can live with that just for the fact that I don't need it up here. I mean, it'd be nice, you know, if I'm working on something from up underneath, but I could still do it. But I think this will work right here. That is about the height it'll be. So now I need to get this out and figure out how I'm holding everything in place under here. I think I have a plan. We'll see if it's gonna work. I got some things I gotta check out first. Go from there. There, now I can put an impact gun on it, running up and down way faster. As you can see, I got the top taken off the base. This thing is heavy. I forgot how heavy it was. I got it flipped over on the workbench here. Now I'm gonna take a cutoff wheel and zip this off. I think I might have solved my problem for my height issue, which I'll show you as I go along if it works. But first, I need to get rid of this, and then we need to make that work on that. Let me get the cutoff wheel on the grinder and we'll zip those off. So there, I got that ground down, cut off. What do we have here? Well, that'll be perfect for one part. I'm going to weld that right there. I'm gonna weld that right there. Then I can put the all thread back in. I can leave that nut with the handle on it, so if I want to get that little bit extra distance, I can spin it up that much. Going a short distance should be easy. I think that's gonna be my plan. The only problem I have with it is this whole assembly is going to want to turn, but I'll figure that out as I go. For right now, I'm gonna get this plate and these nuts welded to that, and then we'll see about that all thread. That's not going anywhere, so we'll let that cool and then I'll mess with it some more. So this is now cooled down. I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to flip that back over onto its wheels, stick this down in there, and I'm going to drill a hole through somewhere in here, in the center tube, and then I can drop this pin in, and that'll keep it from spinning, and it'll also keep it in place. And if I need to raise this up and down, I can just pull the pin, raise it up, and everything will spin freely. It is what it is. That's about the only thing I can think of to keep it from turning normally. I mean, I don't foresee myself using this all that much. It'll mainly all be the jack raising it up and down. That'll give me a little bit more. I'll go ahead and get that part flipped over, get this back together, get a hole drilled, and get that pin in, and then we can put the top back on. Look at that, way faster. Before doing it by hand, it took me a total of 5 minutes or more to raise or lower it. Now, stick an impact gun on it, it zips right up. I have to re-drill a couple holes for my pins, but that'll work, I like it. So next, we'll move on to the welding gun holster. Let's see what we've got that we could use tubing-wise. Woo. Yeah, one of those will work nice. And I'll show you what I mean by a holster. Take this, weld it somewhere like right here. And the nozzle, the welding gun will rest in there, sitting at an angle. The gun will hang there, be out of my way. I ain't doing this, doing this, doing this, then looking for it. Plus also doing this, I have a tendency to hit the button. So it'll lay there, hit the button, wire will feed out, same thing on the table. This way, I'll have a place to hang the gun while I'm working, pull the gun back off, and do what I need to do. Figure out what side I want to put this on, and we'll weld it in place. I messed around with this for a bit, and come to find out that that hole that this bolt goes into, the hole is stripped. What that does is it holds the base plate on. So with that being stripped, I went ahead and bought a new vise. We're gonna get the holes drilled for it and get it mounted up. It is a Central Forge from Harbor Freight, a little 3-inch, should do just fine for the table. Let me get the holes marked and drilled because they're different, and we'll get that mounted up. And there we have it. I have the vise back on my little welding table, nice and sturdy. Lock it, I can spin it. I can get it completely out of my way. It only hangs out a little bit here. Still got all this work area. If I need more work area, it's easy to undo 3 bolts and take it off. I got a better adjuster on it. I got a brand new vise. I got my holes re-drilled. I don't know what else I want to do to my little welding cart. Maybe I'll put a shelf somewhere on it, or even, I don't know, a little cubby, something just to put stuff on. I don't know. As things come to me, I'll do it. I might even redo the wheels and put something with brakes on it so it don't roll around. The choices are endless. But for now, I got that in. I got a new vise on it. I can use it the way I wanted to. Yeah, I'm done for now. Thanks for watching.